The world is opening up post-pandemic, and it's a good time for a total reset. How about a reset without regret?
There you go. Many people are re-examining their lives with a new perspective after making it through this past year, and now they're thinking about the future. Life coach Marlene Boas is here with some tips on resetting ourselves. And Marlene, you say there are really two important categories to talk about when it comes to regrets, right?
Yeah, there are things that we do that we end up regretting, and then there are the things that we don't do. And both are, occur. And regret is an unpleasant emotion. So if we look at things we do and regret, it's like caring too much what other people think and holding grudges and maybe giving up too soon on things we try, those kinds of things. And then things we don't do and regret are like maybe not taking enough risks or not expressing ourselves or missing opportunities. So there's two kinds of ways that can lead to regret.
I like what falls on the things we do and don't do is this common theme of maybe working too much and not spending enough time with our families. And those kind of go hand in hand. So how do you reset all of this?
Yeah, the pandemic has given us an opportunity to really explore, what we want in our lives. So if we really have to think and determine what's important to us, really to look at our values, and I know I've talked about that many times over the years, but we have to revisit it and reassess what's important to us. And then make sure you're an active participant in life. Don't sit back and just be an observer, but fully engage. Those are a couple of things. And probably one of the biggest things is learning to embrace failure. So many people regret not doing something because they're afraid they're going to fail, but really failure is a part of life. And if you think of it as a lesson learned, then you can go on.
Yeah.
Well, and I love what you say, and it sort of speaks to not being afraid to fail, and that is be fearless. Like, go out there and do it, because I always think you're going to regret it more if you didn't go try.
That's true. I mean, there have been a lot of surveys of people nearing the end of life, and they really regret what they didn't do because something held them back. So what's holding you back? I mean, certainly there are reasonable fears like jumping out of a plane without a parachute. But if it's just something that you can't quite get your head around, then go for it. Take a chance, and it will probably pay off.
And this too, be the kind of person you want to spend the rest of your life with, because it is, I mean, whether you're with somebody, if you have a partner or not, or a family, a big family or not, you still have to live with you.
That's right. You come in and out of this world with yourself. So be the best person you can be, and do that by engaging fully in life and thinking ahead and being intentional so that you don't end up with a lot of regrets.
I just think too, though, about how do you do all of this and be realistic? I mean, we maybe think that we're working too much, but maybe we don't really have a choice. Maybe we want to spend more time with our family, but, we can't get home quite at the same time as we need to. So how do you reset and be realistic at the same time?
Well, that's true. And we have to take all those things into consideration, but there are very, very small incremental changes. And maybe it's just a matter of how you look at it. If you have to work hard and work long hours, then the time you do spend with the family can be more meaningful if you really are intentional about it. So it is a balance of everything, Heather. You're really, really spot on with that.
So we have the list up right now of the items that you might want to think about if you want to reset without regret. And embracing failure, being fearless is part of it. But also, when you're talking about who would you want to hang out with, I mean, that's so important, because you're your own company all the time. One of the other things that I want to talk about is taking time to take vacations. And, even if you don't have money to go far away, just having time to have a sort of a timeout with the people that you love the most. That's something you're never going to regret.
You'll never regret that. And that's a great way to reset. And also, even if you're by yourself, to be in nature. And that energizes us and helps us reset in ways we will never, never regret.
Marlene, it is always so good to talk with you. Every time we have you on, I feel so much better about the rest of the day.
I feel like the stress is lifting off me, Marlene.
And really such a great discussion. You're going to love hearing this too, Marlene. Our longtime producer, who folks at home now know, Jill Neely, said before she was leaving for retirement that she was going to watch today because it's so timely for her. Resetting.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Marlene. As always, we always enjoy talking to you. All right, and you can find a link to Marlene's tips for resetting yourself on our website, Pittsburgh Today Live.